The first thing I saw in the glow of my phone was her hand bare. No ring. She was laughing in the reflection of a black office window, somewhere downtown Los Angeles. Her fingers wrapped around a glass of wine and around another man's wrist. I froze in the parking garage beneath our apartment, engine still running, watching the live location dot blink on my screen. 10 minutes earlier, I had watched her leave home, wearing the ring. Now it was gone. And she wasn't alone. That's when it hit me. She only wore it when she knew I was watching. So who was she when I wasn't? And why did it feel like I had just met my real wife for the first time? If you genuinely enjoy our stories, please subscribe to the channel, tell us where you're from, and what time it is right now. It's always fascinating to know how far our story flows. It started small. Little things. She'd adjust her ring when I walked into the room. Subtle. Almost rehearsed. Like a reflex triggered by my presence. Long day. I'd ask. She'd smile, lift her hand slightly. You know how it is. I didn't. But I nodded anyway. Something wasn't right. Her name was Melissa. Marketing executive. Always on call. Always late meetings. We lived in a glass-walled apartment near Sunset Boulevard, the kind that looked perfect from the outside. Inside, it felt staged. She kept her phone face down more often. Took calls on the balcony. Started locking the bathroom door. I told myself it was stress. But then came the pattern. She'd kiss me goodbye in the morning, twist her ring like it mattered. But one night, when she thought I was asleep, she slipped it off and dropped it into her purse before leaving. I didn't move. I just listened to the door click shut. That's when the unease turned into something colder. I didn't confront her. Not yet. I installed a tracking app on the phone I paid for. 3 nights later, I watched her drive past her office and stop outside a boutique hotel in downtown LA. Room lights flickered on. Her location stayed there for 3 hours. My chest tightened, but I still didn't move. I needed more. The discovery came in pieces. A message preview she forgot to hide. Miss you already. No ring tonight, right? My hands shook. I opened the thread. Dozens of messages. Weeks. Maybe months. Her coworker. Daniel. Confident. Smug. Can't stand seeing that thing on your finger. Don't worry. He only matters when he's looking. I stopped breathing. Denial tried to creep in. Maybe it wasn't what it looked like. Maybe. No. It was exactly what it looked like. When she got home that night, she wore the ring. Of course she did. She slipped into bed beside me, rested her hand on my chest like nothing had changed. You're warm, she whispered. I stared at the ceiling. Yeah, I said. Just tired. She kissed my shoulder. The same lips. The same voice. But it felt like a stranger. The manipulation started the next morning. You've been distant, she said, coffee in hand. I've just been busy. She studied me, then smiled softly. We're okay, right? Her thumb brushed her ring. Always when I was watching. Of course, I said. And she relaxed. That was the moment I realized something terrifying. She wasn't afraid of losing me. She was confident I'd never leave. The emotional collapse came quietly. No screaming. No tears. Just silence. I sat alone in my car one night, outside that same hotel, watching her walk in, ringless, laughing, free. That image broke something inside me. But it also built something else. Cold. Precise. I stopped being her husband. I became her witness. The transformation was invisible. I gathered everything. Screenshots. Location logs. Hotel receipts tied to our shared card. Even a recording. Her voice, laughing with him in the background of a late-night call she forgot to end. Relax, she said. He has no idea. I smiled when I heard that. Because now, I had everything. The planning took 2 weeks. I contacted a divorce attorney in Beverly Hills. Quiet, efficient. Do you want to settle? He asked. Or make a statement? I thought about her ring. About the way she wore it like a costume. Make a statement, I said. The trap was simple. Her company hosted a quarterly networking event. Big. Public. Executives, clients, partners. She insisted I come. Show them we're solid, she said, adjusting her ring before we left. Of course. I agreed. The ballroom was full. Lights. Music. Polite laughter. Daniel was there. I recognized him immediately. Too comfortable. Too close. He shook my hand like he owned something I didn't know was missing. Good to finally meet you, he said. I smiled. Yeah, I replied. Likewise. Melissa squeezed my arm. Her ring pressed into my sleeve. Halfway through the event, I stepped onto the small stage. I'd like to say a few words, I said, taking the mic. She looked surprised. Then nervous. Then, curious, the screen behind me flickered on. First image, her, outside the hotel. Timestamp visible. Murmur started. Second, message screenshots. Gasps. Third, a short audio clip. Her voice. No ring tonight, right? Silence. I looked at her. She wasn't touching the ring anymore. Her hand had dropped. Finally, Daniel tried to leave. Security stopped him. Melissa stepped forward, shaking. You're insane, she whispered. No, I said calmly. Just watching. The same way she thought I always did. The fallout was immediate. Her company opened an investigation. Conflict of interest. Ethics violations. He was terminated within a week. She wasn't far behind. The divorce was swift. Clean. Brutal. She got what she earned. Nothing more. The apartment felt different after she left. Quieter. Real. I found her ring in a drawer she forgot to empty. I held it for a long time. Not because I missed her, but because I finally understood. It was never about the ring. It was about the performance. And I was the audience she thought would never leave. I didn't keep it. I left it on the kitchen counter the day I moved out. No note. No message. Just the one thing she only valued when I was watching. This time, I wasn't. The end.